Yeah, man.
This is what Carmelo Anthony's new defense team is using, right? From Mike Howard's own detailed notes about what he did, why he did it, what he didn't do, how he didn't do, to prove that Carmelo Anthony wasn't given a fair trial. Is that accurate?
Yeah, this is Mike Howard's affidavit. This is what this is exactly. You know what I mean? So this is his thoughts on the whole trial from the beginning, what he could do, what he couldn't do, where his hands was tied at, how they entered into this agreement, and it's going to break down what happened with the agreement and how the prosecution actually used the agreement to benefit themselves, which the agreement benefited the
and reneged, ultimately reneged on the agreement at the end, which is why Carmelo didn't testify. I'm telling y'all, if y'all have not seen this shit, tap in, tune in, and let's get it. Let's talk about it, because this shit is diabolical. This shit is diabolical. And if they don't get no god doggone, I wonder this though. This is one of the questions I have for you, Uda. Is Mike Howard actually working with this other group of attorneys to get Carmelo another trial?
No,
he's not.
He got 6 new lawyers. Gary Bledsoe, Russell Wilson II.
No, I got that. But is he cooperating?
No.
Is he cooperating with them?
I don't know. He probably, because they got him in there, so he probably submitted that or whatever the case may be. Because they're reaching out to people to submit certain evidences and things like that. That's why they probably obtained this affidavit as well. But they got six new people that's working on this whole thing. 6 new people.
No doubt. Should I be scared of white folks now? No. What are you talking about? What you got to be doing being scared of white folks? No, Jay Jermaine. Bridget M says, so his raggedy ass is the victim now. Well, this is not about Mike Howard being a victim. This is about what actually happened and why it happened. And now this ties it in and makes sense. Sel said, is that 193 pages? This particular thing? I'm not sure, Sel, so I don't know. You muted, Uda.
Yes, this is 190 something pages. Yeah, that's it. But okay. Exhibit 10. We're reading Exhibit 10. That's where the affidavit comes in.
Exhibit 10. Y'all make sure y'all tap in, hit the like button. Again, whether you think Carmelo should have got 50 years or 100 years, whether you think Carmelo is totally innocent and shouldn't have got no time, whether you're in the middle and balanced and said, well, he did something wrong, so he should deal a little bit of time. This has nothing to do with none of that. None of it. This is about the justice system, and did Carmelo Anthony get a fair trial, which at the very least, whether you think he's guilty and should have done 100 years, or whether you think he's innocent and shouldn't do no time, you should at least want your fellow American person to get a fair trial. That's what this is about. Did he get a fair trial? Did he get a fair shake? Did he get adequate defense? And why or why not? This is what this is about, okay? So make sure y'all support the show, support the stream, I mean? So y'all ain't got to be mad at, okay, I'll review after class. I can't participate. Shout out to that. Shout out Izzy and Uda brothers holding it down. Thank you, Dawn. Appreciate you, Dawn. Good to see you, my sister. Thank you so much, Dawn, in the building. All right, so let's get back to this. Y'all make sure, salute to you, though. Salute to you. Make sure y'all support the show, support the stream in the meantime, between time. Again, this is the affidavit from Mike Howard, who was part of Carmelo Anthony's defense team. This is Mike Howard, the lead attorney on his particular case, and his briefings as to exactly what happened, why it happened, and when. Let's get to it. Let's go. Shout out to Uda. Make sure y'all support the show in the meantime, between time. Let's get to it.
I've been working on this railroad in McKinney, Texas. Stay with me, y'all. Right? Mr. Worski reiterated that he would be happy to try this case without getting into character at all, just on what happened the day of the track meet. That only benefits the state. When an event happens like this, the prosecutors start from the event and move forward. The defense is the one that want to start from the event and move backwards and go into why, the cause of what happened. Okay, so this only benefits the prosecution at this moment.
That's a fact.
We're going to go into how it benefits them more. Stay with me. Drop likes. I want y'all to vote on that poll. Okay, do you think that Carmelo was railroaded? Is the poll. I want you in the comment sections. I want you lifting your voices. If you don't think he was, get in the comments. This is not an echo chamber. Everybody can have their own opinion here. It's called on go, not on full. Good.
Fact. What's up, Jay? What's up?
On
What's up, Jay?
May
Right?
8th,
John Rep.
2026, the defense and the prosecution team met in Collin County Grand Jury Room. The prosecution team
What's up, 95 Jay? What's up, John Rep? Good to see y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, support the show. Shout out to my guy, Ayo, KO. Ooh, ooh. What's up? Y'all watching the wrong, you wearing the wrong NY hat. Hey, listen. I'm from Brooklyn, bro. I'm from Brooklyn. You know that. You from Brooklyn.
I'm from Brooklyn too,
We
bro.
gotta
Don't do that.
represent
We're from
Brooklyn, bro.
Brooklyn.
We gotta represent Brooklyn. Like my New York, my listen, KO. My Knicks hat ain't come in the mail yet, bro. It just ain't come yet. I got the championship Knicks hat. They said it'd be here next month sometime. So I gotta rep Brooklyn until then. I got all Brooklyn Nets hats now. I promise. I got mad Brooklyn Nets. I don't like them. I don't think they kind of ass and trash, but they repping the city. So they repping the city. So you know what I mean? Let's get to it. Fair enough, right? You gotta rep where we from, you know what I mean? Pop out and show name. And besides, I can't lie. This hat kind of fly. Y'all can't lie. The hat kind of fly though. Is the hat fly? The hat kind of fly. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let's get back to this. Let's go.
Gave us a document entitled State's Notice of Intent to Use Extraneous Offenses hereinafter the state's notice, and we gave to them a document entitled Anthony's Motion in Lemony regarding the admissibility of pertinent character trait evidence. Lemony is when you don't want certain evidence to be set in front of the jury, so they'll put a motion in of lemony to say, listen, we don't want the jury to hear that. That's lemony, right?
Damn.
Character evidence. Okay. Evidence under the ambiguous aggressor rule and evidence under.
Let me slow this down.
Hereinafter.
This is important.
Defense notice after tendering to
this is important.
Other our respective extraneous file briefing, extraneous offenses.
I'm gonna go back a little bit, Uda, because this is real important, right? Uda, this right here is very, very important, y'all. Pay attention to this. Shout out to my man Uda with his superior reading skills, getting it done. All right, let's get to it. But yo, Uda said he taught himself how to read. Shout out to that. Shout out to Marcus. What's my man name? Frederick Douglass Uda. Uda Douglas. Shout out to Uda Douglas. Taught himself how to read. All right, but yo, this is very, very important right here. This right here is the crux and really is the reason why they should never have signed, agreed, handshaked, said, I'd be like, hell no, fuck F you. Like, yo, they're gonna make me cuss. I said, hell no, F you, pay me. No, I'm not. What is this? This makes you that, yo, I ain't gonna lie, right? The fact that the prosecution was going so hard for this, that would have gave me confidence to know that I had them on the ropes and to know that once I expose how diabolical and how horrendous God doggone Austin and his brother was, it wouldn't even, I wouldn't even have to put Karmelo on the stand. What say you?
Agreed, bro. Agreed, man. Yeah, it just seems like the prosecution they wanted the Metcalf twins' names to be kind of clean because they would have been pressed. I mean, they'd have brought a lot of things that was claimed against them into the courtroom because all of those things never did. We was wondering why witnesses with statements was flipping, why the testimonies and all that. They never gave them no pushback. It's all based on this whole agreement. When we understand the agreement, then we can understand where the defense tied their own hands and basically limited their own case, and ultimately why Karmelo didn't even testify in his own trial, which is a self-defense trial, and it needs you to testify in your self-defense trial to go to your mind state and how you felt at the time the situation occurred, you know? So.
No doubt. JJ said, nah, Izzy, as a black man, no, us black men know what the system is. Stop playing. We definitely do, but like, yo, at the end of the day, though, shit, man, this is just ridiculously like tilting the scales. Like, you like how much more do you know what this is like? This is like when the San Antonio, yo, I'm gonna tell you exactly what this is like. This is like when the refs was giving all them bullshit calls to the San Antonio Spurs, and they had Wembanyama. It's like, yo, y'all got Wemby. What more do you want, son? Y'all got Wemby, and you still cheating with these damn bogus-ass calls? Then you would not give the flagrant foul on this nigga, and he's sitting there beating people up, mushing people in the head and shit. This is what this is like, yo. They already got the deck. Why the freak you want to stack the deck? Damn, son. Yo. It is what it is. Damn sure. As y'all support the show in the meantime, what's going on? What's going on, Cash Root? What I miss? Can I get a quick recap? Yes. So real fast. Let me put us back in the middle. Okay, so in the briefing, part of this new defense of Karmelo Anthony, they have access or have got an affidavit from Mike Howard, some type of way, I don't know exactly how, from Mike Howard, and this affidavit from Mike Howard is describing the agreement that he made with the prosecution and the reason why the trial went the way it went. Okay? So this answers all those questions that I had. I can't speak for no one else. This answers why Karmelo never got on the stand. It gets deep. Why Karmelo? It even answers why it took 3 hours for them to decide whether he was gonna get on the stand or not. This answers why the list of people that they had that was supposed to be testifying for Karmelo, why none of them people got up there. This answers that. This answers why he did not go hard at those kids that were lying and their testimony changed and switched. This answers that. This answers why Karmelo's parents didn't get up and testify for him. Why no so-called character witnesses got up there and testified for him. Why they didn't talk about the bullying and the other aspect that everybody was rumored to say about Austin and Hunter. This talks about it all. This affidavit answers every question that I had on my mind as to why in the hell is this going down like this. Uda, what say you?
Yeah, man, it answers all those questions, man. Even why, you know what I mean? Even when the mother did speak, she was only limited to like 2 questions or 3 questions. Like everything was like ironed out. Like this whole thing was just like square as hell. You know what I'm saying? It was just basically buttoned up. You know what I mean? The whole situation, man. Basically, you know, they didn't even tell Anthony about the sweetheart deal until basically before he wanted to testify, basically. All of that too.
Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. We're gonna get to it. It's a lot, yo. It's a lot. So y'all just tap in, get comfortable, tap in. I slowed this part down. And this part is very important right here. This middle part. I'm gonna speed it back up a little bit. During certain parts, and then I'm gonna slow it back down. When Uda goes to the critical parts about the agreement, the arrangement, the why, whatever, well, I'm gonna slow those parts down. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Likes are free, and make sure y'all support the show. Everybody throw $5 at us. We have enough. Hit that Cash App. Support the show. Support the stream. I mean, this is America, Izzy. What did y'all expect? Well, listen. I expected for the daggone defense attorney not to be a total dumbass. That's what I expect. You know what I'm saying? That's what I expect. Let's get to it.
Right.
Let's go.
The prosecution team gave us a document entitled State's Notice of Intent to use extraneous offenses hereinafter the state's notice, and we gave to them a document entitled Anthony's Motion in Limine regarding the admissibility of pertinent character trait evidence. Limine is when you don't want certain evidence to be set in front of the jury. So they'll put a motion in of limine to say, listen, we don't want the jury to hear that. That's limine, all right? Character evidence, okay. Evidence under the ambiguous aggressor rule and evidence under the text code. They go into the text code. Hereinafter, the defense notice, after tendering to each other our respective extraneous filings and briefings, we then discuss the proposed agreement, which Mr. Worski referred to as a gentleman's agreement. They not gentlemen, bro.
Facts, yo. Facts. A gentleman's agreement? So you telling me you making a legally binding agreement on a handshake, in other words? Shut the front door, bro.
Gentleman's agreement. He's the prosecutor in the case. He's the one who detailed the whole agreement. He said the whole thing, set the parameters for the agreement. They just act like they're going along with everything. When did you ever hear a prosecutor that ever even think to want to care what happens to the defendant in a trial case.
Never,
So,
February,
I was about to say the same thing.
bro.
31st, the last day of February. Come on, bro. February 31st, bro. Come on, bro.
Insane. Shout out to Just Me said the mom did an interview and talked about how aggressive Hunter and how the boys had anger issues. Oh Lord. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. What's up, Sock Passe? Sock Passe is in the building. Good to see you, family. Good to see you, Just Me. All right, make sure y'all hit that like button. Let's get to it. Hey, listen, JJ, man, we not for Queens, brother. Stop it. We from Brooklyn, bro. We from the county of Kings, brother. Get it right. We from Kings County, the county of Kings. Holla at your guala, man. Stop playing with us. Let's get to it. Let's go. Kings County connection, you heard?
Kings County.
Yeah, let's get to it.
Nasty work. Mr. Worski outlined, he's the prosecution. Mr. Worski outlined the proposed agreement as follows. Both sides tried this case without character, reputation, or extraneous evidence for either the Metcalf twins or Karmelo Anthony, and just try the case based on what happened under the tent that day. And during another description during that meeting, what happened on the day of the incident. Seeking clarification, I asked, and Mr. Worski confirmed that this would mean that the defense would not go into evidence relating to the Metcalf twins' character, reputation, and extraneous offenses, acts related to violence or bullying, inclusive of discipline and write-ups in the Metcalf twins' school records and within this framework.
Yo, that's the whole ball game right there. That's the ball game. That's ball game.
From the beginning, first quarter, game over.
Game over.
First quarter,
I can't talk about how they got suspended from school for similar incidents. I can't talk about how they got kicked off the tractor. I can't talk about how they was bullying other kids and how this is how they get down. So you want me to fight with my hands behind my back, huh? Okay.
Basically.
If y'all want your comments highlighted in red, make sure y'all support the show, support the stream now, man. All right. Let's get to it. We ignore F boys and F girls. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You can type all that wild shit that you want. You'll get no play in my ride. I'll never say your name. I won't even read your comment. I won't highlight shit you talking about. So keep it pushing. Keep doing what you do, right? Shout out to Jay Lewis. Wow, this is incredible, Jade. I'm trying to tell you. But none of that is relevant to the trial. Is it? Absolutely it is. Yes, absolutely it is. You're going to hear why. Absolutely it is relevant to the trial. Absolutely is. It's relevant to them recusing the judge. It's relevant to them getting a new trial. It's all relevant. Yes, it's all relevant. Yes. If what he's saying is absolute, as what he's saying is true and can be proven, that's absolutely grounds for the judge to be recused and for them to get a new trial date. This is absolute, without question. Without question. Right? Ooh.
Facts. Facts. You got good grounds for it, man, especially when we read through it. And based on the things that I was reading earlier in the documentation, you know what I mean? Just witnesses, Karmelo, like each side was given 15 witnesses. I'm not witnesses, 15 people from each side could come to the courtroom for the Metcalf and for the Anthony family. Only 8 was allotted from Carmelo's side. The grandfather, even the aunts, never even made it into the goddamn trial, right?
Wow.
And based on other cases that they were citing, one called Stricker, one called Lily, other cases that they cited, one member of a family didn't make it to the trial and was not allotted time in the trial. And the trial, they got a new trial. You know what I'm saying? So they brought up different cases where them not having overflow rooms, them not giving no reason for not having overflow rooms, not having no live stream, not having no audio, all of these things. Because us as taxpayers, it is our right to be in a trial. That's why they made the point that we could be in a trial to watch over the jury, make sure people doing what they're supposed to do, and us to watch over the judge and make sure he's doing what he's going to do. That is our constitutional right to be a part of a trial, bro. And this is not a federal case where in federal cases like Diddy's trial, you couldn't film it because of a federal trial. But this is a state's case. So everybody could go in there. We could have even filmed if it was real. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't want none of that. And I think that's what led to a lot of the misinformation. And I think that's what led to the landslide that happened.
Deep. Yo, shout out to my guy Ogun. Thank you for that too. Said mitigating factors, bro, but does not justify Melo. Nah, that's the thing. And let me reiterate this again. I'm more so in the middle. Y'all know that. I'm not on left or the right. I don't think Karmelo is innocent. I don't. And I don't think that Karmelo should have got 35 years. I don't.
Agree.
I'm in the middle of that, right? I'm in the middle of that. That's me. Y'all know that. That's where I've been the whole time. Now,
and I think RIP to Austin Metcalf too, because I don't think
and I've said it every day, all day, twice on Sunday. RIP to Austin Metcalf. I'm sad that young man lost his life, regardless. I don't think he should have lost his life. Now, with all of that being said, Ogun and everybody else, this stream today is not about any of that. It's not. This is not about justifying what Karmelo did. This is not about vilifying what Austin did. This is not about relitigating the case. It's not in this particular setting. What I mean by that, because that sounds weird because we're calling for another trial. What I mean by that is this is about justice, meaning as Americans, black, white, or candy stripe, you have a right to a speedy trial. You have a right to a jury of your peers, and you have a right to a fair and impartial trial. This is what that's
about. To a public trial.
To a public trial. This is what
trial as well. That's your right.
This is what this is about. And the fact that the defense was lunching out to lunch, off their meds, whatever the case may be, allegedly, I don't know what could have possessed them to possibly take this quote-unquote gentleman's agreement by handshake, and you're going to find out some ill, diabolical shit towards the end of this, but I don't know what would have motivated them to take such a dumbass agreement, right? Allegedly, but it is clear, it is evident, it is unquestioned that Karmelo Anthony did not get a fair trial. That's the only thing that this is about. Did or did not Karmelo Anthony get a fair trial? And if he didn't get a fair trial, he should be able to be afforded a fair trial. That's it. That's it. Okay? So I just want to be clear about that. Thank you for the $2. Y'all support the show, support the stream. Now, man, the trial was too damn speedy. Okay. Disclaimer. No one is saying Melo didn't take a knife. No justification for a life gone. It definitely isn't. It definitely isn't. Let's go. Let's get to it. Let's go.